Stress kills. Well, actually, stress itself can't kill you, but everything associated with it can. It causes heart disease, heart problems, inflammation, high blood pressure, ulcers, and it leads to unhealthy habits and unhealthy coping mechanisms. Let's tackle stress so you can find your greatness. Stick around and I'll tell you how. Hey YouTube, welcome to my channel. This is the Real Teddy Talks, where I educate you on entrepreneurship, your hustle and your grind, and creating generational wealth. Today we're going to talk about prioritizing stress management. In order for you to achieve your goals, in order for you to find your greatness, in order for you to reach exponential growth, you need to manage your stress. You can't get rid of it completely. It's a necessary element in success, but you need to make sure that you're prioritizing the management of it. Whether you're trying to complete your own 365-day exit from your corporate job to your side hustles, or you're trying to start a business, or you're trying to start something new, or you're trying to find the best you can, let me give you 4 tips to help you in that process. The first thing that you need to do to prioritize stress management is prioritize yourself, prioritize your wants, prioritize your desires, prioritize your family, prioritize your future. Then worry about everything else. There's a good stress. It's called eustress, spelled E-U-S-T-R-E-S-S. And that stress is what helps you perform at an optimal rate. It helps you achieve your potential. It's the stress you feel when you get butterflies before you have to give a presentation at work or in front of an audience. Just like if you're about to run a race and you get nervous, or you're about to have foreplay leading up to a sexual encounter. All of those things are eustress, and that's good stress, and you need it. But chronic stress, the stress that lasts the whole day, or it lasts for hours, and it puts your stomach in knots, and it makes your neck hurt, and it makes your body hurt, and your back hurt, and it makes it so you can't get out of bed. All of that is chronic stress, and that's negative stress. And that's the kind of stress that will kill you. That chronic stress is achieving the exact opposite result of eustress. People say that life is 10% of what happens to you and 90% of how you react to it. Some people don't like that phrase because it puts the onus on you. It's telling you that you are responsible for you. You're responsible for your actions. You're responsible for your response, and you are. You can control your stress, and you do that by blocking out negative energy and negative things and things that are keeping you off of your track and keeping you from accomplishing your goal. Some people think that worrying about yourself is being selfish. I say to those people, they need to worry about their damn self. There's no way focusing on you and your needs is going to be selfish. If you start your day out with an intention and you follow through your day trying to accomplish those intentions and you don't let anything steer you away from that, you are going to accomplish your goals that you set for yourself. And while everyone else is being a yes man and agreeing to things they really don't want to do or really don't have the time to do, all they're doing is adding more stress to their lives. A lot of people also think they can multitask, which means they can switch from one task to another very quickly. That's called task switching. It's not multitasking. That's a made-up word. When you switch from one task to another, you can't read and write at the same time. You can't write and listen. You can't read and listen. You can't do those things at the same time. You can switch back and forth quickly, and it appears you're doing them at the same time, but you're not. And all of that task switching is causing more and more and more stress on you. And here's a news flash. There's no reward for overworking. There's no reward for multitasking person of the year. Sometimes those rewards are disguised as a promotion, a bonus, a new job. That is just your boss or your supervisor or the CEO ensuring they have an employee the next year. No matter if it works you to death, no matter if it causes chronic stress, no matter if it's causing you a whole bunch of health problems. Don't let those fake rewards lull you into a false sense of security. The second step to prioritizing stress management is to be mindful of the moment and breathe. When something happens that you feel is causing an increase in your stress level, ask yourself, will it matter in 5 years? If it won't matter in 5 years, don't spend 5 minutes on it. That's easier said than done, right? If you really break it down to those basic characteristics, it will help you with your reactions. And again, that 90% of how you react to it, if it really doesn't matter, why are you getting all worked up over it? If someone offends you, breathe and move on. Leave your ego out of it. Our ego gets us in trouble. Leave your ego out of those situations. Leave your pride out of those situations. Focus on yourself. Ask yourself, is this helping me accomplish my goal? Is this conversation I'm having helping me accomplish my goal? Is this complaint I'm making helping me achieve greatness? If it's not, just let it go. Let it roll off your back. Previous video where I discuss getting organized, I mentioned 1% improvements a day, and that comes from the book Atomic Habits written by James Clear. It talks about just doing 1% improvements, and at the end of a year, you would see phenomenal change. I calculated it was, 3,778 or 73% interest on a $1,000 investment. If you earned 1% interest every day, it would be $37,000, almost $38,000 at the end of the year. So invest in yourself if you're that $1,000 and multiply. It's just like running. You can run for 5 minutes and you want to improve. You run for 5 minutes the first day and then improve 1%. The next day you'll run for 5 minutes and 3 seconds. And then the day after that, you can run for 5 minutes and 6 seconds and then a few milliseconds. And you keep doing that. After 10 days, you'll be able to run for 5.5 minutes and on and on. Get the most out of every day. Improve every day. Invest in the most important investment every day, which is yourself. Stop betting on other things that are outside of your control. I'm not saying don't invest in the stock market, but it's out of your control. Keep doing that. You'll see significant results at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and at the end of the year. The third way to prioritize stress management is to talk. Talk it out with yourself first, then find someone you can trust, your significant other, your best friend, your person, your rider, who's ever there for you. And while you're talking to yourself first, make sure it's positive self-talk. If you can't talk sweet nothings to yourself, why do you expect somebody else to? If you don't think you're the greatest thing since sliced bread, if you don't think shit don't stink, how is somebody else going to think that? You need to be talking very positive self-talk to yourself. That you are the greatest thing you know, and you can reach unimaginable heights. You need to tell yourself that every day. That's where positive affirmations come from. Listen to that voice inside your head. What are you saying to yourself? Is what you're telling yourself helping you achieve your greatness? If it's not, change the narrative. Be your number one cheerleader before you can expect anyone else to be yours. When you're talking to someone you trust, tell them, I just want to vent. I just want to talk it out. Most of us don't really need advice. Most of us don't follow advice. Most of us just want to get it out in the open and relieve that immediate stress, that immediate weight, and talk to someone we can trust that won't spread your business, they won't talk bad about you, and they won't judge you. Make sure you tell yourself what you need to hear. Fourth and final recommendation I have for prioritizing stress management is to get moving. I dare not say exercise because the word exercise in itself can stress people out. I think it's not getting moving, that's the problem. It's all the stuff associated with getting moving. You think you have to buy new shoes and new workout clothes, and you got to get a gym membership, or you got to get all this equipment now that we're in COVID. You got to get all this stuff brought to your house. You have to buy a $3,000 Peloton bike, or you got to buy a new treadmill. You don't have to do all that stuff. Just get moving. You can get moving anytime and anywhere. If TV is your thing, on breaks, on commercials, do some sit-ups, do some push-ups, do some lunges, do some squats, whatever your favorite thing is to get moving. If you're a Netflix watcher, a lot of people don't watch regular television. If you're a Netflix watcher, during those are you still watching breaks, take 5 minutes and do some arm curls with some light weights. Do some lunges, do some push-ups. Go outside, walk around the block. Get some fresh air. Get moving. It's so funny, we all buy these smartwatches and they really track every single movement, like more than your steps, like every movement. And I find it funny because I'm like, who needs to be reminded that they're not moving? But then when I'm sitting here writing scripts for my YouTube videos or answering emails or working, and an hour goes by, I get a reminder that I haven't gotten up. And then I see, oh, right. Some people don't get up at all during the day. Some people go to work and they sit there the whole time to get up to go to the bathroom, to go to lunch, or to go back home, and they don't get up from their chair the whole time. Some people do that at home. So you do need reminders to get up and get moving. I'm a pretty active person, so I find it hilarious when I do get that reminder that I've been sitting for an hour. So if I need that reminder, as active as I am, I know a lot of other people need those reminders too. But get up, do something. If you live on an elevated floor at home, take the stairs. These are just cliche things we hear all the time, but they're all going to work together and help you manage your stress. Our body doesn't operate optimally when it's sitting still and when it's sedentary. You need to get moving, get stretching, yoga, mindful practices. All of those things are going to help you achieve and reach your greatness. Learn how to reframe the narrative. If you're telling yourself something that you don't want to be true, change it. If someone outside of you is telling you something that you don't want it to be true, reframe it, repackage it, and tell a different story. You are the master of your own fate. All right, we've unpacked a lot in a short time. I've told you how to prioritize stress management by prioritizing yourself, be mindful, positive self-talk and talking it out with others, and getting moving. Nothing I say in any of my videos, not this video, not previous videos, and not future videos, is going to be the panacea. It's not going to be a cure-all. There's not one thing that's going to fix everything in your life. But I do promise you that if you take my suggestions and you improve just a little bit every day, you prioritize yourself, you work on yourself, you set goals, you will achieve exponential greatness and phenomenal growth. That's all I have for you. Until tomorrow, when I talk about the 5th of the 5-step process, which is creating your action plan. This is the Real Teddy Talks, signing off.
Listen.